Hi guys, so I just wanted to jump on really quick and do my brow routine because I don't really show it on camera, and I just wanted to dedicate a small video to how I do my brows every day. So I use MAC Fluidline and Dip Down. This is actually an eyeliner, I believe, but I've always used it for my brows. It is my favorite consistency for my brows. I do like the Anastasia Beverly Hills, but I feel like it tends to dry out a lot. So I just like coat my brush. I have angled a brush from Sigma. It is a E75. And then I just get the cap and I start to flatten this out on here. So it's just really sharp and clean. And for my brows personally, you can tell that this one is naturally just lower than this one. I don't know why, it just is. So I add a little bit on top and I straighten this arch out because it does end up arching more than this eyebrow does because my hairs grow down. So even though there's no hair right here, it's just because my eyebrows hair grows down, so it looks that way. So I get my brush and I'm gonna go from almost the front of my brow, and I just draw a line and then I swoop under my brow and then I go to the tail of my brow. And it's okay if you mess up, it's not the end of the world. Keep going because the process is something you need to trust. And then from the top is the same thing. I go a straight line and then I'll start using my brush and swoop around and then make sure that I meet that tail. And then I'll get a little bit more of my brush and I'll start flattening it out again, and then from about halfway of my brow I'll go ahead and like start filling it down and all the way in. And I do actually like the Anastasia Beverly Hills one. The, what is it called? Dip brow. This one, I do like it. It tends to dry out. And this one I've had actually sitting since I've started using that one. I think I got that one several months ago and it still just has not dried out. It's a really good formula. So this is what I have so far. But see, I don't know if you can tell, my brush has like almost nothing on it. And then I get the angled part and I kind of just drag it up very lightly because I don't want, if there is pigment on here, I mean, which there is pigment, but if there's a little glob of it that I don't see, I don't want it to like smear in to my brow. And then once I flick that up, I'll actually take it and make like kind of a line, just so, and then I start fading it in again. I don't want any harsh lines. I mean, sometimes you're gonna get harsh lines, but that's okay. And then I'm gonna get some more product, and I'm just gonna do the same thing on the other side. Once I'm done filling it in my brows, I go and I spoolie it just to make sure I have a really good blend. So I do fake hair strokes in my eyebrow, and I get like a little piece of, not laminate, but it's like the protectors from makeup. I like to keep them because I get it and I smear my brush and it gets it so thin. Like the brush is already thin, but if you just smear it on the back of the cap, you don't really, you're kind of like pressing it down this way instead of this way, because I mean the cap, you can't, it just kind of blocks itself. So what I like to do is I go from where I start my line And I just, cause this first stroke is gonna be the darkest one, and I just kind of go out like this. And then even though my brush does not have a lot of product on it, I still go and I flatten it, and I'll go and do my strokes in the front. Because even though it doesn't have a lot of product in it, it's kind of like, it's like using two different shades, like a lighter and a darker one, because I don't have a lot of product on it. So I'm gonna have light hair strokes and I'm gonna have darker hair strokes. And I'm not perfect at this, like not whatsoever, so I'm still learning. It's because I used to do the faded part on my eyebrows, just the faded part like this. I started noticing that hair strokes were in, and I was like, hey, like that's really cute. Like me personally, I love a good bushy brow. Like if you have bushy brows, like power to you. So the next thing I do, I have this, my spoolie, and it's from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and it has a little flat part on it. And this is, what the heck? The whole label is off. That is so crazy. I've had my Sigma brushes for like, I'm not gonna say 2 years quite, but really close to 2 years, and they still have their labels on it. But I've had this Anastasia, this ABH brush for like a couple months, and the whole label's on. Anyways, I think it's like a 42 or something, number 42, but it has this flat top on it. I know it's sturdy, sorry, and this spoolie. So I get some Tarte Shape Tape, light medium, and what I like to do is, and I do this one eye at a time because it will dry down, and I just kind of start marking my brow, and then I go from the inside too. And this actually is priming my eyes too. I like to do that. So I go and I just smear this out, and then I go backwards too because my eyes are, I just know my eyes, okay? Okay, so once I do the lid too first because it gets my brush nice and coated. And you don't want to have too much on your brush because it'll like smear everywhere, and this is more control. So I get my base, and I just do that. I just make a line, and then since I didn't touch this part, it still has a good amount of concealer on it. And I just start carving my eyebrows out. Just like that. And I actually don't do the tops of my eyebrows until I do my foundation. And then I just get my beauty blender and I just pat this out. Just like that. So my friend actually taught me this technique. She has amazing eyebrows, like amazing. It's not fair. She's just gorgeous in general, so life's not fair. So I get mascara, and I know it sounds weird, but it works for me. My eyebrows are really thin, you could probably see from the beginning, and they're not that dark. So when I fill them in, I fade them, I do fake hair strokes, and this is adding like another layer or like definition, if you will, because you're gonna see my hair now because you're putting on black. So I just do this, and I lightly, very, very lightly drag these hairs and put mascara in them. Also, I don't do this right now normally, but I just wanted to make a quick tutorial because I'm sick AF and I haven't posted, I haven't worn makeup, and I'm feeling a little better, so I thought I'd just do some makeup and record some short tutorials for the next couple days. So this is the Tinted Brow Gel by ABH, and I just go ahead and I sweep this through my brow, keep them in place. I don't know if you've ever looked at these gels, but they have sparkle in them, like legit sparkles in them, and they don't show that on the Sephora site. So I was like, when I got it, I was like, are you serious? Like, what? Just a reminder, practice is really all it takes. I know it sucks to be like, you just have to wait till you get good, but if you have 10-15 minutes and you're not doing anything, get your eyebrow gel out, get your pencil out, get whatever you powder, whatever you use, do your eyebrows, just practice and you'll get better. Like, I mean, that's all it takes. You'll learn what looks good, or if you have a friend that you know is blunt and will be straight up real with you, be like, what do you think of my eyebrows? You know, a lot of mistakes people do is my eyebrows may look really harsh in the front, but in real life they're not. Like, I don't know if it's the camera or whatever. I mean, I don't even know if anybody thinks that, but you do not want blocks in the front. Oh, I don't know anybody who's like, I like that look. Like, that's not I don't think that's a good look. And if you do have that, don't be offended, I'm sorry, but I just don't like that. I like the fade of the eyebrow. You wanna watch out for your eyebrows being too close, too far apart, for your eyebrows to look blockish in the front, like just straight up like you got them tattooed. Well, not now, because nowadays they have microblading and like the fading and stuff, but like old school eyebrows that they tattoo on, you don't want that look. So thank you to everybody who has watched my eyebrow tutorial. I hope it has helped somebody out there, even if it's just one person. I hope I could help somebody, or maybe introduce some new products or new techniques, or, I mean, it's eyebrows. They're pretty simple, right? You could subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I do post quite often. I think I do try to do 2 to 3 videos a week, but sometimes, like this week, I was very, very sick. I'm still sick. But yeah, thank you again, and have a nice day. Bye.